What is going on, Umayrica Nation, and today we are here to talk about the Raze nerfs. Now, you know me, I am a Raze main, and I play that character all the time. You know, on my ult I play Deadlock, but I don't play Deadlock on my main. I play Raze, and I have so many hours I don't want to talk about it. But today, they have revealed that there are Raze nerfs. Now, this is from Valorant updates, the Valorant news. I don't trust them, really. They're not very a newsworthy source. You know, last time they said ISO's ult was lost 50 seconds, and it actually lost us 15. But, you know, it is what it is. But today, they have shown that Raze has nerfs. And I'm in shock right now. You know, I'm really sad. I love Raze. But looking at these nerfs, I'm going to pick them apart in this little Valorant clips video. What's it called? What's the channel called? Cross Clips. That's right. Cross Clips video. And I'm going to break down the parts. And we're going to see how bad are these Raze nerfs, you know? I don't think they're actually that bad, having taken a second look at them. Okay, let's go through it one by one. Right here it says Raze paint shells, that's a need. The primary grenade explosion, 6 meters to 5.5. Now this isn't actually that bad. You know, the initial explosion is 55 damage. It's actually really easy to hit, it's quite consistent. And it is very forgiving, so I agree with this nerf, you know, it makes a lot of sense. It's a very forgiving hitbox, 6 meters. That primary explosion, and it's usually like a guaranteed hit, and making it like a little more precise to land, I think that's a reasonable enough to raise, you know. Now the secondary explosions, this is where it gets interesting. 6 meters to 5.25. Yeah, especially the secondary explosions are the tiny little nades that drop, and they have the exact same radius as that giant first explosion, and it doesn't visually look like that, but they do, and that's probably why you find yourself dying to raise nade a lot easier. This is really the main part of the Raze nade that you die from. This is the part that does all the damage, because the first explosion, 55, that's just a warning for what's about to come. The calm before the storm. And then this second explosion comes, and it hits you like it. You might even dodge the first explosion, the second nade's going to kill you. It's that big. And giving this small nerf means that people are a lot easier. People are going to escape from the Raze nade a lot easier. You're not going to catch them out as much. Which, you know, I get, you have to actually use a utility with Raze nade to actually get kills, which is reasonable, I think. Now the primary explosion made more damage, and the secondary explosion made more damage. That's really just a change to like buff cypher. They don't want you to like just chuck a nade anywhere and just like break the trips. You know the Jing lineup that he always does? Jing on split, A main, he always does his lineup where he throws his nade into the sky, and then it lands, and all 4 little grenades, they come down, and they break all the cypher util, letting Jing come on site really easily. I've copied that in my playbook, you know that. And now, with these changes, that might not break the cypher util. Another buff to cypher. This combos with the next nerf, damage multiplier, enemy utility. It's going to be really hard for Raze to break these cypher trips. There's also indirect buff to Deadlock, which I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Indirect buff to Deadlock. Harder to break those invisible trips, harder to break the wall, what it's called. It's awesome. But no one's using Raze nade to break the wall, but you know, in case they were stupid, incredible. Indirect buff to Deadlock, I'm always happy for that. Now, this is where it gets huge. The blast pack. Okay, and this is where I'm shivering my timbers. I'm shaking my boots right now. Now, Satchel doesn't deal damage to fully armed. I totally get. That makes a lot of sense. No one is doing... So when you throw your Satchel, right? When you throw it immediately, when it lands, when it is in the air, and when it lands, it's going to do 15 damage as soon as you blow it up. You know? Your friend, someone key in the back, he's telling you, it's one shot. And I walk up to the enemy, I instantly implode my Satchel and they're still alive. I do exactly 1 damage. I'm killing some monkey next round with my nade. But this time, it doesn't do damage, and I get that, you know? Now the Satchel arm time. What this means, when you throw your Satchel, there's a little 0.5 seconds before the green little light on the Satchel lights up, and the Satchel is...
Satchel out!
And that means your Satchel is ready, it's armed, and it will do 50 damage. I know this, because I get Satchel kills on it all the time. This doesn't affect the movement in any way, whereas it shouldn't. So what this means is that you have to wait 1.5 seconds for the Satchel to actually arm. And this is interesting because, let's say you throw your Satchel to make a cypher trip, right? And the cypher sees this and it shoots it before it arms. It's not going to do any damage, it's not going to break the trip. And I think that's kind of a huge enough to raise. This means that you can't like consistently break the cypher trips. You have to use a nade. You can't just satchel for it, because cypher can just shoot it and then it doesn't break anything. And I think that's kind of a huge thing. And it's also a damage multiplier. The damage multiplier doesn't affect the satchel, so one satchel should be enough to break like a large area of trips. And again, this is gonna break the distraction from us, but I think this is all around. I think this is a reasonable, good nerf to Raze. It doesn't really change too much about Raze. That secondary raid explosion might make Raze nades a lot harder to use, and you might have to be forced to use Z30. But I think it's a good change. It's good. I give it a Umayrica thumbs out of 10. Come on. What I'm looking for now is where the deadlock nerfs. I'm looking at the patch notes that the Valorant news give me, no deadlock buffs. I'm really upset right now. Me, my heart broken. Valorant news, where's my deadlock buffs? I'm gonna kill something, and it's not gonna be people with my nade. Oh. Friend, someone key in the back, he's telling you it's one shot.
Main.
One play
Behind
dice.
us.
Enemy remaining.
One shot dice.
Who lied to me? Who lied